Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about when we have any science practicals, for example, biology, chemistry, or physics, how should we format the practicals when we finish our draft? Make sure it looks amazing. Okay. So let's just going to start with the first thing. How do we add a reference? So in Word document, adding reference is actually really easy if you know which website or which book you are using. All you need to do is just click this reference here, and then there's insert caption and bibliography. Okay, so let's go to some places. For example, okay, this sentence here. So I just like this So at the end of this sentence, for example, to some website, so you click here or insert citation. Okay, insert citation. I'm going to add a new source. And it can be a book, could be a journal article, or could even be a website. Where is the website? Website is here, right? Could be a website. So what I'm going to do is for example, I use the book and then put in the author here. For example, the author is J. Okay, author is J. And then the title is chemical reaction, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then the year is like 2019 or whatever that year is, city and publisher if you want to put it in. And if you want to put in more things, just click here, show all bibliography field. And then like you can put in every single detail. Okay. And then so that's just all the things, and then I click OK. And you can see this bibliography just shows up here. Okay. Let's try to find another thing. Okay. For example, another thing, the successful collection. Yeah, so this collection here, I want to add another one. But in this case, I'm probably going to use a website because I find something from the website. Yeah, for website here, the author, I'm just going to say this is from, for example, Jerry. And then the name of the website page, this is chem blah 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 blah, right? Collision theory, whatever that page is called. Okay. Yeah. And then name of the website, for example, this is from like Wikipedia or whatever, and then you just like put in the name of the website. I'm just going to make it up. This is just going to again be collision blah 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 blah. Okay. And then year is 2019, and then month is whatever, and days whatever. URL, just the website link, you just put it here. Okay, whatever the website link, you just like put it here. Yeah, for example, like they give you an example here, www.blahblah.com. Okay, you just put all of this ready, and then click OK. And you can see this reference show up here. Yeah. And then, for example, in this sentence, I used exactly the same reference. You don't need to go again. All you need to do is just click Insert Citation. Just find the one you used before. For example, I've used this one before, and I'm just going to put it again here. Okay. And then, for example, this sentence here, I used one of the citations I used before. I'm just going to click here, and then it will just automatically shows up here. Okay. And then in the end, we just need to go all the way to our last page. Go all the way to the last page, start from a brand new page, and then click this bibliography, and then we're just going to use our reference, and then just everything just shows up properly here in whatever the style you want. Okay, so click style here, and you have so many styles you can choose, the Chicago ones, APA, and whatever the styles you want. You can even download multiple styles from the Microsoft Office. Okay. And then they're just going to list it in whatever the alphabetical orders or whatever the orders you want. Okay. And then just say you finish doing all this reference. Okay. And then you suddenly realize you want to add something else to somewhere, and then you need to add another reference. Okay. So for example, here, yeah, I have another reference. Okay, that's just my website. Okay, so I'm just going to add my reference here. So I'm going to insert citation. This is a new source. This is also a website. This is URL. I'm just going to make it up. This is called James, and then blah 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 chemistry order, and then blah blah years 2018. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, just fill in the rest and then click OK. This James shows up here. Okay, but the annoying thing is when you go down to the bottom, there is no James in your reference list. So all you need to do is just click here and then click this update citation bibliography. Yeah, you can see now when you click this update, and James just automatically appears in the middle position here. So it does reference for us automatically. It's just going to be really quick and fast. That's the first thing for reference. That's something we need to know. And also, okay, if you look at my tables, okay, some tables are small, some tables are large, and then like it just like really, you know, hard to, because this one has small margin, this one has large margins. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the layout here, layout here, and then click margin. I'm just going to choose a narrow margin. Of course, you can customize your margins, but I'm just going to choose narrow margins. Narrow margins, that's the one I like the most. And then let's go to fix a few of the tables. Fix a few of the tables. So let's go over to, for example, this table here. So usually, when you fix your tables, first of all, you click the table designs. You wouldn't be able to see any of the lines here. You would click the first one. So you can see all the lines. Okay. So sometimes, for example, your table looks like this. I'm just going to make a really ugly one. So sometimes our table just looks really ugly, look like this. The best way to fix it properly, make sure it occupies all the proper positions, select everything, and then go to layout, and then auto fit here. You can auto fit content, you can auto fit window, and then you can auto fit column width. Let's try the auto fit content. You can see now everything fits up perfectly and really nicely. So that's what version we want. And you can come back and then choose whatever the styles you want. Okay, there's so many styles you can choose, and then you can just like go with whichever the versions you want. And then, for example, this table here, okay, again looks so ugly. What we're going to do is first of all change it to the plain form, so we can clearly see exactly what's going on. Okay, we can clearly see exactly what's going on, and let's just going to put all of this together. And you can see this table doesn't really match up properly, and there's an empty row. Right? Empty row, you can just delete that. Just click backspace, and then select delete the entire column, and then this column will just disappear. Right? And then you just select the entire thing. You want the best fit, so you're going to see layout, auto fit content. Okay, and then it will just automatically fit everything up for you, and then you just put the tables into the position. So you can see now this table looks so much better than before. Okay, and so that's this one here. And for example, this one here, if you want all the tables across the entire page, for example, this one here, you might have a table. Sometimes you might have a small table like what I just showed you over here. Okay, if you want to make sure all the table have the same width, you just always choose layout auto fit window first. So it's like auto fit the entire window, all the table have the same width, and then you click auto fit content. Therefore, it doesn't occupy that much space. Okay, you can see the larger text has larger space, small text has a small space. And then, for example, another one, this table. So this table, you can see it's like, really bad formatted. Again, we're just going to choose a normal table first. Normal table first, and then we're going to choose layout, auto fit content. And then auto fit window first, and then auto fit content. So you can see before, let's have a look at before again. These two are so tiny and small. And then when you chose this auto fit content, now you can see everything occupies the same, roughly the same amount of space. And then you can even, make it smaller, or just like change this line up a little bit. And now you can see this table looks so much nicer than before. Okay, and then you can choose whether all of them is going to down to the bottom, or in the middle, or in the right corner, whichever you want. And then by clicking these 9 positions in the layout, okay, in the layout there are 9 different positions. You can just keep clicking them and then think about which the positions you want. So that's this one here. And for this table again, we're just going to select auto fit window. Okay, auto fit window. Yeah. So it looks, so you can see when we click auto fit window, this table, and this table here, they all have exactly the same width. So it looks a lot better than before. And we have our sample calculations. Okay, and then another thing is for the graphs. Okay. So this graph is at a really weird position. I wanted to make sure my graph is one full page. Okay. So I'm just going to put it to go to the next page. Okay. And this one here, go to the next page. Insert a page break, so you just directly go to the next page. Okay. And for this graph here, I really want to make sure it is landscape, not portrait. Okay. However, you realize if you want to make sure this graph is landscape, if you click landscape, the worst thing happens because everything becomes landscape. So you definitely don't want to do that. Just press Control Z to cancel that. What you want to do is you just want to landscape this only page. You just need to click here, this little symbol here, this little arrow here, and then landscape, and then apply to, you don't apply to the entire document, you only apply this to the selected text, okay? You only apply to this section, and then click OK. Yeah, you can see this page become landscape, and every single page, everything else is still portrait. Okay? Every single thing is still portrait, so it doesn't influence anything. And then we can just like make this larger. Okay? Right. Make it larger. Right. And then this graph looks so much better now. Okay? Right. And then also you don't want all your data points squished into the bottom. You want to make sure the data points is evenly spaced throughout the graphs. All you need to do is just click here and then click, select your axis and then click format axis. And then we can see all our data points roughly from 1 to 1.3. So we're just going to say the minimum is 0.9, the maximum is 1.3. Okay, yeah, oh, oops, 1.35 probably. Come on, 1.35. Okay, and then click here again, and then select format axis, and then the lowest value is 2.2, and then the highest value is roughly minus 1.7. Right, so minus 1.7 to 2.2. Yeah, now you can see after small changing, this graph looks so much better. There is a nice trend line and all the data points are evenly spaced throughout the entire graph. Okay. That's this part. And the last thing, okay, so we have all of this ready. And another thing I think I should mention here is, you see all these titles, right? Some of them looks like this front, some of them looks like this, some of them looks like that. They all look so weird, and we want to make sure it looks nice and looks professional. So what you need to do is, there's a really nice thing for Word document is it has headings, right? Yeah. So if you go to the home, and then here has normal, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. So for all your big titles, for example, research questions, your introductions, and your later on the variables, they're all your big titles. Those big titles, we're just going to select our heading ones. Okay, yeah. And then click on the heading ones, and then you're going to click here, modify. Okay, click here, modify. And then what you're going to modify is modify whatever the font you want to use. Yeah. For example, I want to use Times New Roman, and then modify whatever the size you want to use, for example, 16, 18, or whatever that is. Okay, I just choose 20. We want it slightly larger, whether you want to bold it or unbold it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we need to click here, automatically update. So whenever you update anything, the entire document get updated automatically. Okay, and then you can also choose a format. Okay, click format here, you can choose a font. The one I like the most is this small cap here. So if you don't click small cap, you can see everything looks kind of boring. If you click small cap, everything now looks so professional, right? And then click OK, everything will be on small font. And then click OK, and this is just my final version. Okay, and then if you see any other headings, all you need to do is just simply click this heading 1, and it just automatically becomes that. Okay? And then let's see what else need heading 1s. Yeah, and then click heading 1, and then they all become that big headings. Okay, they all have exactly the same front, they all have exactly the same size, everything. Okay? That's our heading 1. And then if you suddenly decide to change your mind, I don't want this Times New Roman, I want to change it to another font. So you just go here, click modify again. Okay. So let's just say we're going to choose Arial in this case. Okay, so a new font, and then once you click OK, you can see everything gets automatic update. Arial from 16. Change it to a different, like really different. Let's choose this one here. Yeah, and then click OK. Yeah, and then you can see everything. Yeah, so you can see once you change it, everything get changed automatically, right? This research question and your introductions, they all get. So once you change anything in the headings, every single thing once you choose subheadings, no, sorry, everything you click the heading 1 will change automatically with that. Yeah. So I hope you find this video useful, and if there's anything else you want me to talk about for IT tutorials with Word or Excel, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks guys for watching.